Nervous.
Good.
Confident.
It's a big battle coming up, right?
Ready to slay.
Yeah, quite excited. Quite excited.
But then once that's done, we'll probably like take over the whole city, right? And everything will be sweet.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how tonight is going to go. And also, I just realised as I give that entire intro, my microphone wasn't picking up on the audio thing, so good sound issues to start the session. So at the end, Mark, I'll do another intro for the sake of video editing, and we can just go from there. I think I picked it up in time for this point onwards, so hey ho, we haven't streamed in a month, so there we go. Yeah, so everybody kind of remember, it's been 4 weeks since we last played. Everyone rearing to go for battle.
Yep. They're all dead. They were dead on my screen, by the way, Mike. I'm not sure if it's premonition or not.
Maybe they died of natural causes.
Positive reinforcement.
Okay.
I mean, how come that never happens? How come that never happens, Mike? How come an enemy never dies in natural causes? Like somebody could have like a heart attack or something, couldn't they? There must be a dice roll for that. That's what you need to do 1,000 for.
Yeah, well, it is also I guess the Christmas session, isn't it? Because it's the 20th of December today, so this will be our last session of the year for 2022. So let's hope it is a really, really good one. And with that one, we will go into last session's recap. We are down Olga today, which Cathbad again will be carrying Olga's torch. So thank you for that, Cathbad. So let's catch up and see where we were. So, you started the last session having just infiltrated the Jacinth Palace to find yourself in a large palace entrance court. The crowds were being ushered by the guards towards a large dual-sided stairway that made its way up to a large decorative door that led further into the palace. As you followed the crowds, Brodesson observed a familiar face atop the stairway. The hooded human he had seen directing the guards into the auctioneer's tavern the day before, looking down into the crowd as though searching for someone or something specific. Brodesson gave word to the group that they might be being watched, and as he got closer noticed something oddly familiar about the ring on the human's finger. A ring bearing the mark of the Brotherhood of White Flame, a religious zealot group who you had encountered earlier on in the campaign in the towns of Kuram and Earthfield. Fortunately, the group were able to make it past unseen, and as you merged into the crowds around you, you found yourselves entering the grand corridor with several doorways leading into other rooms along the corridor. Most strikingly, as you were in this corridor, however, you noticed a large crystal statue in the centre that appeared to sort of burrow its way into the palace floor and channeling the light from the city beyond via the gazebo-like windows that made up the dome ceiling some 100 feet above you. Hearing calls for the start of the main auction event, you both groups headed into a large room where you found seating situated on either side and a balcony area towards the front, presumably where the Deo would oversee the event. As you settled into the room, Team Chatterbox, as we were calling it at that point, consisting of Grizz, Cathbad and Olga, perched themselves towards the back, where Grizz took the opportunity to place a vial of blasting powder you'd obtained from the Resistance into the stitching of his chair. Meanwhile, in Team Muscle, Lovac, Drent and Brodesson seemed to make friends with some odd individuals sat around them. A grouchy old lady and a small human who was interested in purchasing Lovac. As the auctions began, Lovac and Drent noticed a familiar face being brought in. It was Thalnik Steelmite, who they had met in the safe house storing weapons for the resistance movement. Offers started to make their way to the floor as Grizz seemed to kick up a bit of a fuss, asking questions and interrupting the auction event. The main auctioneer started to become a little frustrated at this, and started to call the guards to remove him from the room. But fortunately, Cathbad was able to save the day and persuaded Grizz to pipe down and focus on the task at hand. The old lady, seeking the heart of the resistance, however, won the auction and made an unusual offer to Prodison to come visit her in her swamp. At this point, the auctioneer started to raise the crowd as a fanfare began to welcome in the Deo, and this is where Jerisi and Odaf appeared on the balcony ahead of you. As the next auction started, again, you noticed another familiar creature. It was the stone elemental Hardcore, who you had helped free earlier in your travels to the City of Fortunes, who it looked like had been recaptured by the Deo's minions. Jerisi this time wanted to make a spectacle of those who tried to escape, decided to turn the event from an auction into an execution, to make an example of Hardcore and all others who would defy them. With that, Jerisi had Hardcore brought up to the balcony for all to see, and as Jerisi made his way towards him, Cathbad stood up and interrupted the event as he sent a flame hurtling towards the blasting powder placed by Grizz. And in a time-stomp moment, you all reacted quickly as suddenly a large blast filled the southern part of the room, which was much bigger than expected, and sent Cathbad and Olga flying backwards, taking a bit of damage, and also instantly incinerating some of the people in the auction room. And that's where you found yourselves in combat. Quickly moving towards the front of the room. In Drent's quick reactions, he managed to cast Polymorph on Hardcore, turning him into a giant ape. But with a frustrated and angered Jerisi now up, he walked over to the edge of the balcony and began to cast a spell. And that's where you saw a giant wall of flame headed in your direction. And that's where we'll pick up tonight's session. You find yourselves embroiled in battle with the Deo in the large open auction room. As Jerisi steps his way towards the balcony edge, his hands begin to circle as a small spark of flame rapidly turns into a wall of fire that now hurtles towards the majority of the group on the right hand side of the room. Grizz, Brodison, Lovak, Trent. Can you all roll me a dexterity saving throw, please?
You really wasn't buying my attempt at hiding behind this little soft railing, was you?
I'm afraid not. And as you do that, I shall roll.
Unlucky Lobat.
And that roll came through to the group. So that was in a private DM, and I don't know why it's gone white. That's odd. Double check that quickly.
It's because it was a test roll, right?
Okay. That's frustrating on the colours, but we'll leave it as it is for now. So let's have a look then. Okay, so what did we have? Grizz, 21, Brodison, 21, Lovak, 12, Trent, 20. Okay, so yeah, as this wall of flame starts hurtling towards you. Lovak, do you have something that gives you advantage on dexterity saves?
He has something that it's evasion, right? Where he can take half or none on a successful dex saving throw.
So you will have failed. So Lovak is the only one who's failed the save. So Lovak, unless you are doing something, you would take 26 points of damage, and the rest of you take half, so 13 points of damage.
So, yeah, I'll use the evasion, so I'll get half.
I realize you're in the wrong position on the
Is
screen.
it a reaction, Lovak? Do you use it as a reaction, or is it just something that happens?
It's just something.
So Broderson would get it
Rogues
as well then, right? So Broderson, because he
Yeah.
passed, he wouldn't take no damage.
True.
And so for a month now, the one thing I've been really, really stressing about is if I fail this next saving throw. Oh, thank God for that. Fuck you, Mike. Oh, it's like, oh, just don't fail this as soon as I've done it.
Good job on like remembering that though. And weirdly, that's come out as a black ball of text. So who knows? So yeah, you maintain your focus on hardcore being an ape. So nicely done. So yeah, if you can all knock off the damage off your counters, then. Jurisi has conjured that spell as he just looks down to you and says, "Fools, now you shall all die." And that's the end of his turn. And next up,
Mike?
we have... Yes?
Sorry, mate, did you say it was Wall of Fire he cast?
It was, yeah.
Wall of Fire would stay there. In a you would create a wall, I think. From what I remember. I could be wrong. Unless it's an ability as opposed to the wizard spell, Wall of Fire.
Lasts the duration, so 1 minute.
Yeah, and you create a wall with using like squares.
You're right. There you go. Didn't read it properly, did I?
Oh, it's a bugger.
And also, I just realised that it's only 1 foot thick.
Yeah, but you can move it,
Unless-
right? So you could move it so it does diagonals and stuff, so it could catch us all. I would imagine, because we're all pretty close together, right?
So that's right, yeah. So basically, then the wall. It's kind of. Draw a line. Polygon line. Here we go. So yeah, I will draw it through. Basically, like something like that, yeah. Obviously, it's not a straight line, but
Okay.
and also I need to do the stone giant. So
Yeah.
Dexterity save.
So that you know though, Mike, the like only one side of the wall hurts you. So as you have it now, not that much of a big deal. Broderson or Grizz wouldn't be hurt by the wall, if that makes sense, because it only damages in the wall or for the one facing of the wall. Only for when I run away and people say I'm cheesing it because I'm going to go hide over in this corner under here.
Yeah, so the danger side of the wall is the one facing further
Broderson.
away. Yeah.
Yeah. Catch me, Lovak, and
You, Lovak, and
Broderson, yeah.
Broderson, and then Grizz is on the right side. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is done.
But yeah.
So what does that mean? I've still taken damage this time, though. Yeah.
Everyone's taken damage because the wall
Yeah,
has hit everyone.
Yeah.
But you're on the non-damaging side of the wall.
Okay. Cool.
And the stone giant failed, so the stone giant also takes
Nice.
23 points of damage. What can I edit the top?
26, wasn't it?
Oh, 26 points of damage.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just need to refresh because I can't control the token. There we go. And with that, the stone giant, and then we go on to the battle overlay. Yeah, and with that, the flames just consume the stone giant as it falls to the floor in agony and dies.
Oh no.
Leave that one alone, guys. That idiot's killing his own people.
Some people
Okay.
just don't know how to fling fire around, do they?
Oh, ho, ho, ho. And Odaf, noticing the ape, heads over next to Jarisi and gets out he's actually got a maul, and strikes down. With his maul. Yeah, hits. Strikes twice, both hit, and he takes 39 points of damage. Fools! You're all fools!
Oh, so that's what Odaf sounds like.
Yes, I wasn't sure. He might sound different next time he comes round. I don't know. That's it from Odaf as we come on to Lovak.
I had my turn last time that you allowed me to go.
Oh yeah, because you were at the
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Brought you up the turn order, which means we come to Cathbad playing Olga.
Oh, right. Actually, that's caught me off guard. I was prepping for Cathbad's turn. So Olga is spider climbing around the wall. So she is actually horizontal at the
She's down
moment.
the bottom, right?
Yeah, she's right at the bottom. So let me just measure out 15 feet to the corner, 15 feet to the window. So Olga is going to use her movement to get to the edge of the window here. Still climbing up the wall, so she's not on the burnt out ground. And she's going to raise the signal to our allies over at the floating crystal, the other side of the city. And she's going to cast... Sorry, D&D Beyond is decided it needs to load again for me. I think she has Fireball as a cantrip, but let me just make sure. Sorry.
Hey, it's alright, you're doing two characters
She's
again,
up.
Colin, right?
Yeah, the sheet's not loading. I don't know if it's the computer or it's D&D Beyond, but
Just realised they've got a very game appropriate glass. It shows that.
We can't see that, yeah. Oh, right, yeah.
Beware... A what?
Beware the smiling DM.
okay, this is being weird on Olga's page. Let me just see if I can open up the spell on another tab.
It's Firebolt she has, doesn't it?
Firebolt.
Yeah, because I'm sure we've had that conversation a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
The
a
one
cantrip
she has-
version and a...
Firebolt, not Fireball, and all that, yeah.
Is anyone else able to open her character sheet at all? Mine's just spinning and it's not loading anything.
Give it a go.
It should be okay now.
Ah, yes, it's reloading now, thanks. I think.
New campaign. Where is she to? Olga. Yeah, I have her up. If you want, mate, I can.
here we go. It's loaded. Yeah, firebolt cantrip. There we go. So it's got a range of 120 feet. So she's just gonna. The window is now smashed from the bomb earlier. So she's just gonna lean, put her hand through the empty window pane, and fire a firebolt 120 feet, sort of at a
Into the air.
I don't know, 45-degree angle up and away, as far as it'll go. So that's a cantrip. So yeah, she can just fling that one.
Yep.
I hope they saw that. And then she's going to end her turn because she doesn't have any other bonus actions. So yeah, that's it. Signal sent, hopefully, to the resistance.
Excellent. Yeah. So Olga fires a flame up into the air, into the city, and yeah. At that point,
I was waiting all of last session to do that.
so we're on the ape. We're on hardcore, which is controlled by Drent.
Okay, hardcore is looking pretty sloshed now. He's just took a good round of an absolute whooping. So he is going to get super angry and take 2 swipes at the stone giant. With his first attack. Boop. What's that? A 17 to hit
Hits.
for 22 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. So as he smashes in with his fist, yeah, he hits the stone giant for 22 points of damage.
Okay, that's amazing. And he's going to hit it again. 17 to hit again for 21 points of damage. He's done more damage in one combat than Drent has done in this entire campaign.
Are the rolls coming through on Roll20?
Mine are both set to GM.
Like that. I was about to say, I'm seeing them, but yeah, we're not seeing them on the stream. So.
And my other thing was set to GM, so...
You have to re-roll them now.
Yeah, I know. That sucks, right? Can't move or anything, because, I'd get dead. So he will stay where he is, and while he's doing that, because I've got a little while... Oh, no, it's my turn next. Okay, I'll have a look at my rolls after this.
I can't see the health removed from some of your counters as well, so can you just make sure that you've removed the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I haven't done mine.
I haven't done my count either.
So is that the end of Hardcore's turn?
Yes.
Cool. So next up is... He's dead.
Oh, no, the other one, isn't it? It's the other...
So next up is the stone giant, who's just taken a double fisting from Hardcore. So he tries to fight back and swings in twice with his great club. Giant smash giant. As an 18 and 21 both hit. So Hardcore. Oh, that was a good roll. Hardcore takes 19 points of damage on the first one.
Hardcore's getting a battering, isn't he?
D4 points of damage on the other one, so he reverts back to his elemental form. Damage carries over, so 9 points carry over to his previous form.
Correct.
Did you use the default hit points for the ape?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, he has taken.
Got
That's smashing, yeah.
So that needs to go onto the token layer. So Hardcore is back on the right layer, and he just taken 9 points of damage in his current form. As he also shrinks back down to still a large elemental. And that's the end of the Stone Giant's turn. And next up is Drent.
Okay. While the temptation is there to soup him back up into another giant ape. I think I'm gonna have to try and do something a little bit different. I'm going to. Is there any way here, Mike, where I feel that I could hide? Like, is it these steps or anything? Are they like, would they provide cover, or are they like see-through from the sides?
Let me just move you up for the benefit of the stream. Yeah, so you would be able to get a half cover.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to jump over to here, take a shot with my bow, my crossbow, hand crossbow, at the stone giant. I'm going to use one of my +1 arrows as well. So.
Okay.
It missed anyway.
So yeah, as you shoot your arrow up the stairs, yeah, you just managed to fly the bolt over the shoulder of the stone giant.
Yep. I am going to give a roar on my horn, and while doing so, I'm going to inspire Grizz. So Grizz has a bardic inspiration die, and then I'm just going to, so what's that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then I'm just going to duck behind the steps, and that will end my turn.
Great.
Amazing, thank you.
So with that, we'll come on to Grizz.
Okay, so I am going to run up here to the stone giant, which is within my movement range because I got 45 feet. So let's do that first of all, and I'm going to attack with Boar's Light and try and swing at the stone giant. 26 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, so that's 12 points of damage for my first attack.
Yeah, so you slice in with Boar's Light, and radiant energy just slices through the shoulder of the stone giant, and it takes 12 points of damage.
So I've got a little bit of confidence going now, so I'm going to carry on and use Boar's Light for a second attack attempt. 17.
Hits.
Excellent. Okay. And that's 12 points of damage.
So yeah, as it takes the second one, you manage to get under its shoulder this time and across the top of its chest as it lets out like a bit of a painful roar, as you can see that you've injured him quite a bit.
So I'm going to use my bonus action. I'm going to spend a key point to use patient defense. So I've got the dodge action as a bonus action for my turn, and that's me.
Excellent. Brings on to Brody's turn.
So, Brodson is going to run. So we've got. Going to run to here. And can I move and then hold my action?
Yes.
And if anything tries to come down the stairs, want to attack it.
Anything comes down the stairs?
Yeah.
Sure thing. Okay, so you hold your action. That brings us up to Cathbad.
Cool. I'm going to try and flex some level 8 muscle here. So I'm going to take my movement. Hang on, let me just measure it out again. 30 feet. Move to here. And then I'm going to use a new spell.
Ooh, new spell.
Which is Misty Step, and I'm just gonna
Nice.
Teleport an extra 30 feet to the top of the stairs as a bonus action. I'll put the spell in if you need it. Yeah.
No, I know Misty Step.
Yep, cool. So I'm going to go there. So that's my movement and my bonus action. And then with my action, sorry, it's loading slowly again. Alright, let's give this a go. I'm going to cast Polymorph on Jurisi. So if it's 120 feet range.
You can't.
So... Say again?
Misty Step
is a spell.
Yeah.
So... But it's a bonus action, right?
Yeah, you can't
But you can
cast
only do one
two-leveled spells.
Oh, damn it!
You can do
Okay,
a
right,
cantrip and a spell, but you can't do 2 spells in the same.
Oh, right, okay. Alright, no worries. Okay, in that case
You
then,
take the
I
same
will...
but-
Yeah, I can do something else. Damn it, I've given my game away now though. Cool, I'm gonna just fire another flame at Jurisi. So just using Produce Flame, which I've got as a cantrip. So let's see if that hits.
I will remind you because, in fact, before you do that, roll
I know what you're
a
gonna say.
history or a wisdom check.
Because he's a fire guy, isn't he? Yeah, okay. Can
Because
I change to ODAF if I pass?
Somebody did openly say to you, so...
Yeah.
So if
Can
you
I
give
just
me
say
a-
ODAF then? Oh my god, sorry,
Sure.
everything's running really slowly.
Sure, go on. Yeah, let's go with that.
I don't even know if I've got range now.
A 10 is all I needed you to remember, so...
Okay.
As you're about to cast the hurl the fire at the Jurisi,
do you know what? It doesn't matter because I can't reach. It doesn't have the range. So let's sack that off.
You never know, it might fizzle out on its way. Like land at its feet like a little...
Here we go. What I'll do instead is create a bonfire instead. That's got a 60-foot range. I might as well do something. Okay, so I can hit ODAF. I'm going to cast a bonfire in a 5-foot cube underneath ODAF's bum.
Okay.
So there. So he needs to... he needs to pass a Dex saving throw of 14, otherwise he takes a little bit of damage.
Dex.
Yeah, there we go, 14, otherwise he takes 10 damage.
Oh, you got a 13.
Haha!
Nice.
10 fire damage.
So it takes 10 fire damage as Jurisi just looks down and like, magic! Oh! Ah! Oh! Ah! As
So
he
it
just
also...
jumps.
Sorry. It also says it ignites flammable objects in its area that aren't being worn or carried, so I don't know if that chair is within range of being set on fire, but just if you wanted to.
Where did you place it? Do you want to draw a circle?
Yeah.
Are we going to destroy this palace by the time we're through?
Like in that square there.
Hopefully.
So I wouldn't say it hits the chair there.
That's
This
fine.
is 5 feet, is it?
Yeah, that's fine. Just making sure. Just
Yeah.
making sure I flagged. That's it then from Cathbad.
Oh, somebody should grab some rugs and start. You know.
Don't tempt me, Matt.
Okay, so Jurisi is up as he notices you using magic and looks over to Cathbad. Ha! So you like fire, do you? Well, how about you eat some of my fire? As he starts again to trickle some flames from his fingers as you... Slightly smaller this time, it's not a wall, but you see a fireballs start to head towards you, or a ball of flame. And a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
And as that comes in, it hits you for 15 points of fire damage.
Ouch.
And you think I'm done there? Look at you squeal. As he fires another flame bolt towards you. This time it's a 12. So
Nope.
It just as you're sort of jumping around from the fire, hits the wall behind you. There's more where that came from.
Same here, bitch.
So he turns back and points to the rest of you. You're all going to burn in eternal flame. As that's the end of his turn. Which brings us on to Odaf. And Odaf, having just had his arse lightly singed by a bonfire, moves. Oh, he's going to take an attack of opportunity there. Yeah, he's going to move away from the flame anyway, and he heads to the edge of the balcony next to Jerisi. And he also turns his attention to you, but on the way, I do get a attack of opportunity from Hardcore. Don't have his attack sheet up, so one moment.
He hits the same as the giant ape, right?
Pretty much the same stat block, I think.
Really?
So
Wow.
it's not too dissimilar. So yeah, and I'm just thinking actually, if something's got multi-attack, does it get 2 attacks, or is it just 1 in attack of
I
opportunity?
think it's just
Not
one
an
for
attack of
opportunity.
opportunity.
Just 1. Okay.
Yeah, just one.
So, a 19 hits, and Odaf, as he walks past, takes 19 points of damage
Nice.
from Hardcore, as he positions himself. Ugh. Yeah, I'll come back and get you later. As he looks towards Cathbad.
Aw.
Yeah. And as he looks at you, you're drawn to his eyes as they start to paint patterns which appear to take your gaze completely. And you suddenly find yourself in your head
I
picturing
like it in here.
things from your past as you've lost thought and self of the moment for a brief period. And as this is happening, can I ask you to make a wisdom saving throw, please?
You can indeed. Apologies, it's going to take about 20 seconds to roll. Ooh.
Oh, 16! Oh! So for a brief moment, you start to see your thoughts go very dark, as though, like, your worst fears are starting to manifest themselves, but you manage to shake yourself out of the moment and back to the present, as Odaf seems visibly frustrated that, kiss you! I will kill you all! As you riled him up, as his attempt to enter your mind fails. Yeah, and it doesn't actually have any half effects for failing. So, yeah, that is the end of Olaf's turn, and we'll come back to Lobak.
Okay. I'd like to move this way. And is this like a railing?
So yeah, it's about
Jump
5
over
feet.
this?
Yeah,
I'll leap over that then, please.
Yeah.
Avoiding the fire.
of course.
Okay, and then that's 15 feet, right? I would then
That's
like to.
15, yeah.
Can I see them from? Like, if I were to shoot them.
So they're hanging over the balcony right now because they're looking down at everything. So you can see everything, even the stone giant, who is probably the furthest back, but he's tall enough for you to have visibility. So I'd say he's got half cover from your point.
Yeah. Okay, in that case, I'll go to the bottom of the stair. And shoot up towards the stone giant with me hand crossbow.
Go for it.
Never mind. So one. I rolled a 1.
Come through as a 15.
Ah, it's a 7. That's 7. That's not. Cool. 15.
15 at the... which one, sorry? Stone giant.
One by Grizz.
Yeah, so unfortunately it just sweeps past its neck as it bounces off the wall behind.
Okay, let's do it again. The offhand. Oh wait, I can't. That's me. So I'll just park myself behind this banister at the bottom. Hopefully, some sort of cover.
Yeah, so it's quite a thick, like, shaped banister, so it does give you a bit of cover.
Cool. Oh, sorry, just a second. Check my bonus actions. I'll actually use the hide action behind that banister. If that's alright. So, take from that way. But that's all I can do. That's me.
Okay. That brings us on to Olga.
How tall is that wall of fire?
So that wall of fire is 20
Mega high,
feet
right?
high.
Yeah.
Okay, and how high are the guys on the balcony? Are they above it, or are they sort of the same height?
Yeah, that balcony, the stairs probably goes up about 15 feet.
Okay, so they're sort of still like behind the wall. Okay.
Just
There's not much I can do from back here. I'm just having a little look through Olga's spells. Because I'm using concentration to spider climb, so can I use spider climb, then stop using it, and then cast a spell, or does that count as me using 2 spells because I'm concentrating for the start of the move?
No, because you're just deactivating.
Just deactivate. Okay, cool.
You just stop concentrating, basically. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna get out of this corner first of all. I don't know what I'm gonna do after that, but let's get that bit done first. So,
At the bottom,
so she's gonna walk up the wall and off the wall here.
Mm-hmm.
So she's now on the ground behind this chair.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what can I see from here? The fire is blocking me off, I think. So I don't think there's a huge amount else I can do.
Is there any like defensive stuff she can do or anything?
The wall is opaque.
Yeah,
Because you can see
so that means I
Brodus
can't
and
see
Drench,
through it.
right?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can
Okay.
do other than transform into a incorporeal gas. There's a few cool things I can do, just not with that fire in the way. So I guess there's one other thing, but I don't really know how this is going to work. So she's got mage armor, but she's also got the legendary cloak. So I don't know if they can combine, because the cloak gives you base AC of 15 plus dex modifier, and mage armor gives you base 13 plus dex, so it's worse. So I don't think you can add it, can you?
No.
Or no. So she probably needs to sack off that spell if she's got this now. Yeah, I can't do anything else. So Olga's just gonna survey the scene from behind this chair at the moment.
You can't like bonus action dash or anything, can you, to get closer? That's just something. Probably not, but just something I was just thinking.
Actually, yeah, can I do that? So she's done her.
So was it a bonus action to come out of Spidey form?
It's just
Or was that
climbing,
just,
wasn't it? So it's just concentration,
climbing?
wasn't it?
It's a concentration spell. So do I have to do an action to end it, I guess? Or can I just step down and carry on?
So you would need an action to do a dash
To
wouldn't
stop
you?
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
Not a
I
bonus
didn't
action
realize.
unless
Yeah,
you've
because
got a
I
specific ability.
yeah, I have. So yeah.
Oh, one thing actually, she's got a movement speed of 35, so I'm just going to move her a little bit closer.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, no, that's it.
Okay. So that brings us back to. It's actually hardcore. He's not on the turn order. Let me add him in. So I've added hardcore back to the turn order. So hardcore looks a little confused. And just sees obviously that you've been fighting these two. You can't quite get to the stone giant without Jarisi taking a potential swipe, so he turns to Jarisi and strikes with his slamming fists. Oh! The second one hits, the first one crits. So...
Hey, well done, Hardcore.
Coming out fighting.
Yeah.
Coming out swinging.
So the first one was a 14 plus a 16, which is 30, plus 5. It's 35 points of damage. Plus
Yes, hardcore.
13 is 48 points of damage to Jarisi.
Nice.
Yikes.
It slams into the side of Jarisi. As Hardcore looks over to you and is like, obviously not comprehension of language yet, but yeah, as in, I'll help. And that's where we'll come to the stone giant, who turns its attention to Grizz, who does have dodge on, so it's disadvantage.
Yeah, that's right.
So the stone giant looks down at you. He's like, I'm going to smash you, and hits down with his great club twice. So I'm going to do 4 rolls here. 25 and 13, so 13, and then 19 and 16, so 16.
Misses, yeah, 17 AC now.
As you, as it slams down slowly, you just, dodge, weave between both strikes as they come down. And the stone giant gets angry and shouts. And Drent.
Okay. Trent is going to... I'm going to say... Come on, guys, for God's sake, we just saw him cast a wall of fire on us all. Why are we all stood together? And then it's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Damn it. 25. Nah, back this way, I guess. And it's going to take another shot at the stone giant with his crossbow. Boom. We're at 24. Let's go.
Okay, I'll say you've got a bit more of a view up the stairs there. That's fine. So yeah, 24 hits.
8 damage.
So as an arrow just goes straight into the top of his chest and takes 8 points of damage. And that wasn't a healthy groan.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I think I got 5 more feet of movement, so I'll just move back 5 feet. And end my turn.
Grizz?
I lift up Boar's Light, stare at the stone giant, and say, "I know you can see that your master's killed your stone giant colleague down there." And I take a swing with Boar's Light, hoping to at least throw him a little bit off balance with that comment. 19.
19 hits.
Okay. Oh, hang on. I rolled another high. I rolled another hit rather than damage. That's annoying. Okay, let's roll damage. 9 points of damage.
Takes 9 points of damage, and as he takes that 9 points of damage, it weakens him as you strike him in the lower abdomen, and he takes a knee and is on it. Yeah. But not quite dead.
Okay, so I'm going to take my second attack using Boar's Light against the stone giant. Let's not take any chances.
Which I'll give you with advantage because he's on the floor.
Okay.
Almost.
Cool, thank you.
Didn't need it, but hit.
Okay, so I roll for damage with Boar's Light. 20 points of damage.
That one was 20 points. Tell me how he dies.
So he's already on his knees. He crumples, and I swing horizontally and lop his head off, and it flies off towards the throne. And I'm going to move so that I can give somebody an opportunity to kind of enter into the room. But because I don't know what's going to happen next round, I'm just going to take a fairly cautious move this time, and I'm just going to go and stand over here for now so I can eye up the opportunities next round. And obviously, not taking any chances, bonus action, key point spent to cast my dodge as well then. So yeah.
Okay.
Patient defense. And that's me.
Alright then, brings us on to Broderson.
So, Broderson's going to hop over the banister. And then climb to the top of the stairs and hold his action ready for anyone that approaches the top of the stairs.
Okay. I'm not going to question the conservative nature of Broderson here. So brings us on to Cathbad.
Hang on a sec. Oh, this thing is doing my head in today, sorry. I forgot. I had another spell that I wanted to use on these guys. So Cathbad's going to stay put where he is, but is going to... Oh no, wait, hang on. I need to get within range. Let's make sure I get within range. Cathbad's not going to stay put. He's going to move to within range of Odaf. Move to there. And he's going to cast Blight on Odaf. I'm just putting it in the thing, sorry, it's taking a while.
Don't like the sound of that one. I'm sure I remember Blight being painful, so.
So it's a Constitution save, 38 necrotic, or it's half on a pass.
A Constitution saving throw on Odaf.
Nice.
That was the one I missed last time, my 8th level 8 spells. But anyway, I couldn't have cast it, but.
15, what was the save?
Ooh, it's 14, but it's halved on a pass. So 19
Alright,
necrotic.
silvery barbs. His save, please.
Nice.
Ooh.
Uh,
Not messing around today, are we?
So
that's a 1d4, is it?
no. So he makes the roll again. It essentially gives him disadvantage on it, and then I give someone else within range advantage on the next attack.
Okay, so what was it? Cons, wasn't it? Constitution. 24.
With a try.
Got a good con.
yeah, cheers though.
Yeah, and I give advantage to someone on the next attack roll. So who's the closest person to them? Rock. Hardcore. Hardcore gets advantage on his next attack.
Takes 19 points of damage, though, doesn't he?
Yep, 19 necrotic. And for my bonus action, I'm going to. Hang on, how far have I moved? No, I'm going to stay where I am. I'm going to use Wild Shape and think about what I'm going to transform into. Have you got
Very
some
good time
animals
to
ready?
use Wild Shape.
I'm going to use one of my Wild Shape slots to transform into the Allosaurus, please.
Oh, I've done one of those before. Hang on, so I've got the token for that.
Yeah. Little
Thought you
T-Rex
were
guy.
gonna bring out something new. Okay, let's have a look. Allosaurus.
I thought you were going to
Fine.
turn into a giant ape then.
I wish I could, but they're beyond my powers at the moment.
Tiny Allosaurus?
No, a bit bigger. It should be large.
Okay, that is big, slightly bigger than 4 squares, but for a dramatic effect, I've made it bigger. So
Cheers.
there you go. So he's consuming the 4 squares from the center of his body.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
I shall give you control.
Thanks. And that is end of turn for.
You should have control if you can enter his stats, please.
Yep, put them in now. Oh,
Okay.
didn't work.
Oh, and I'll add him to the turn order. 15. Okay. That brings us on to Jorisi, who completely ignores Hardcore to his side and just looks down at you insolent fools. As he sees Drent and Lovak ahead of his vision, and he launches a flame at each of you. So I'll start with Lovak first. So a 17.
Yeah, it hits.
And a 13 for Drent.
Oh, misses, I think. I was like, yeah, he's bound to hit me.
I thought of all the ones it was going to hit you. So obviously the second one misses. So as this flame hurls towards you, Lovak, you take 18 points of damage. 18.
Okay, I'm gonna react. Do some uncanny dodge. That's it. Use my reaction to half the damage. -9.
Half the damage. So you take 9 points of damage. As Jerusi then turns, stays within range of Hardcore, but moves into combat range of Grizz.
Ah, you bastard.
You are next. As he ends his turn. And that brings us on to Olaf.
Uh-oh. Hope Odaf likes dinosaurs.
Maybe he does. So at this point, he's used that spell, so you can't use that again. He turns away from the dinosaur and back towards Jerisi, heads past him and turns to Broderson and move the stone giant. Broderson, that does trigger your holding attack.
So, Broderson is going to use his boning knife. And
11? Oh, you. Oh, hang on.
just
No, you
double
don't
check
get advantage.
I've got
No.
advantage.
You don't get advantage from Grizz because he's still he's 10 meters away from the rear.
Yeah.
So just
Okay.
to be clear, he's in these squares.
Yeah, no problems. And then, so that's going to be the first attack, and then follow up with a hack from his cleaver.
Ooh.
Hey.
Nice.
Oh,
That was a bad move. Hits.
so going to go for the shin. So that's going to be, what would that be, 6?
So it's 1d4 plus 2, so that's the 4 plus you get a full dice plus the 2, so it's 10, right?
He gets sneak attack as well, right? Because hardcore's within 5 feet of him.
Was sneak attack not from his first strike?
It's the first one that hits.
First one that hits.
In that case, if hardcore's there, then I would get. Sorry, I didn't see hardcore there because of the nameplate.
Hardcore's within 5 feet of him, but not 5 feet of you, yeah? It has to be with
No,
in
it's
range
within
of the
5
creature,
feet
is
of the enemy. So
Okay,
the
yeah,
trait is assassinate. Let me just double check.
that's fine.
But that's only first round of combat, I think.
Sneak attack. So next weapon. Don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet. Yeah, so I get the sneak attack.
Okay.
To be crit
So
on
you
a sneak
get a 10 then from the actual just straight up damage, and then you get the 10 from the sneak attack, which is 20, plus then 4d6 on top of that 20. So that's what, 24 extra, so it's 44 points of damage?
42 it is.
Okay.
It's yeah, because of the modifier on the.
Yeah, you
first
don't
attack.
have the +2. Don't
Yeah.
have the
Don't add the modifier, it's just a dice. Okay, so yeah, it takes 42 points of damage.
Nice.
I'm gonna get you. As Odaf then looks straight down at you and grabs his maul and aims for your skull. A 19.
Give me 2 secs. So I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge. I can use my reaction to halve the attack's damage.
Technically, isn't this your reaction? So you held your action.
Sorry.
Sorry. This, technically, the whole attack just was your reaction. So you held your action.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank-
No.
Thanks, DM number 2.
That hits.
So you take 17 points of damage on the head. It was a low roll from him. So you're quite lucky. And follows up with a second smash. 13?
Misses.
What's your AC?
13.
Sure it misses then?
Let's go exceed. Right?
Meets it, beats it, isn't it? In D&D.
So many rules.
So
5 hits.
the second one comes down on your head and hits you for the same 17 points of damage. So you've taken 34 points of damage total.
Oh.
That doesn't sound good.
Human. You shall join the rest of the slaves, or I might keep you in my own menagerie. As Ovak's turn.
The blue guy in sight.
Yes.
Sweet. I'm going to steady aim so to get advantage. And I'm going to fire a crossbow. Oh, slow. Oh, that's episode 1. Gonna go.
Steady aim to 1.
Friggin' finish.
Oh no. Right, you're lucky you rolled that 2 because at least you don't risk self-damaging or hitting Broderson on that arrow on the way up. So yeah, Broderson just sees an arrow just scrape past the side of his face as the arrow shoots up to the ceiling above.
I'll try and
Bad
catch.
spot. I'm going to try and move that. Use my bonus actions. I can't dash, so I'll stay.
Okay.
That's me.
Right, that brings us back to the top of the turn order. So I believe everybody won that round. So yeah, as we get to the top of the turn order, can everybody roll me a perception check, please?
Oh no. I finally got a good move to do with Olga.
I'm gonna have some really shit rolls at some point because I've had some absolute blazing rolls so far tonight.
That's
been
Olga's
crazy.
one.
Okay.
Catherine's upcoming now.
Bad and Drent. Oh, that's sorry, Olga and Drent. Just wait for Cathbad.
Mine's worse.
Okay, so
Okay,
Cathbad,
so-
Olga, and Drent. You hear just a sound, but you're not quite sure what it was. You're just too focused on what you're doing. But Lovak, you can see what I'm about to describe, that Grizz and Broderson can both hear, and kind of they put 2 and 2 together. But essentially, in the midst of the fighting, you hear a loud sort of crank and thundering noise outside, like you just hear the sound of like a ballista firing. And Lovac, you're lower down and you can see through the window, and as you look out, you see the tower at the western side of the palace fire off a ballista arrow towards the southwestern side of the city where you know the Amaratha crystal was. And in that moment, you just see it. You're watching it in the seconds it takes for this arrow to fly, and you just see it head towards a green, the green hue that is emanating from that crystal, and a loud as the hue starts to fall, and that light starts to dissipate, and you just hear which you all then start to hear a rumbling sound come from outside of the palace and the city, the wider city.
Uh-oh.
Stage 4, wait.
I'm not sure if good or bad. Yeah, hopefully.
I just looked at what stage 4 was.
And actually, it was a really good ballista arrow, which I rolled a d20 for, and he crit. So, great resistance member, well trained on the ballista on that tower. Whether he survives or not, though, is another question. So, as that happens, yeah, you kind of, Lovac, you've seen visually, and the rest of you are piecing it together. Like I said, Grizz and Broderson a little bit quicker than others. And we'll come back to the top of the turn order, where we come back to Hardcore, who just turns and carries on, crashing down his fists at both of them this time, as he seemingly listened to Drent fighting for Pebble Bash from the last session.
He has advantage on his first attack, by the way.
Good. He needed it, because a 10 and a 13 both miss. And failed. So as he slams in for Jarisi, a 10, so he's violently thrashing, and all of his fist attacks miss, unfortunately.
Poor Hardcore.
Actually, he would have had advantage on Jarisi because of Grizz. So I will roll that second one again. 26. Oh, and he rolled a 19, which was almost full damage. So, yeah, Jarisi takes a slamming fist from Hardcore across the side of his cheek. And that's the end of his turn as we come to Olga.
Cool. Excuse me. I'm going to move Olga to here. I'm going to cast a spell that has an area of effect, so you're going to have to... is it right if I draw it out and then place it where I want it to go? So, before I tell you what the spell is, it's going to be up to 30 feet long, up to 10 feet wide, and up to 10 feet tall. So I'd like to do it 20 feet long and 5 feet wide, if that's possible. So like... 5, 10, 15, 20. Like that kind of. Oop.
Yeah, sounds reasonable to me.
Drawn a couple of excess squares in there. Let me get rid of those. Okay, cool. Can I place this now? Won't let me place it, will it? Ah, here we go. Like that. So
What's the range?
Olga's 120 feet, so it's tidal wave,
Ooh.
which I've been wanting to use for ages. But yeah, it's 120 feet, so she can pick a spot within that range to create the wave where it just comes crashing down out of nowhere. So I'm
Nice.
going to cast it. It's a dex save.
both
It
of
should
them
be
then?
coming in. Should be coming in now. It's 16.
Yeah, and the angle you've picked there is perfect. Yeah. So
I've sort of. Can I just? Sorry, it was a bit difficult to move. Can I just twist it slightly so it puts that bonfire out as well?
yeah.
I can't.
That's fine.
I'm struggling to move it.
No, that's
get rid-
fine. Well, you're on
Cool,
the edge of
get
it.
rid
That's
of
fine. So a dexterity saving throw from both.
That is a shocking damage roll, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say like.
Out of
I thought that
4d8,
was-
it's given me a 9.
Wow.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, it's a 14 from Odaf and a 12 from Jerisi. So
Well, they both take 9 bludgeoning damage, and they're both prone.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay, the water then spreads out in all directions, extinguishing unprotected flames within 30 feet, then vanishes. Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. So I delete that as well. But yeah, they're both prone as well. I'm disappointed with that damage roll though. After that build-up, I wanted to use tidal wave, but never mind.
But yeah, this comes out of nowhere, and yeah, this water just floods over them both and catches them unaware as they take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
And Olga says, "Oh, I thought you could do with a wash." And that's it.
Okay. Which brings us on to drink.
Oh, you got something big planned?
Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry, I was talking and it was muted. Yeah, I got nothing while they're both prone. So I'm gonna shout up and go, "Come on, guys! These guys are that lame. They're even lying down for us to kill them. Let's have them!" And I will start breakdancing where I am and take the dodge action. And my turn.
Okay. Alright, that brings us on to Bruce.
Oh. Ferguson is going to just do a little shimmy to here. And is going to attack this dude, and it's going to be with advantage.
Advantage anyway, because they're both prone.
12.
Afraid it misses.
And then gonna aim with the cleaver and do an almighty strike towards his neck.
So I'd say you're not having much luck with the little knife here. But the second knife, the cleaver, is certainly doing you some favours. So yes, we got another crit. 2 crits in a row.
Rebalance the cleaver before the fight, so.
Roll for damage, please.
And you do get the sneak attack, right?
I do get a sneak attack.
Mm-hmm. So it's 10 plus 16 is 26 plus 4d6. It's 24, right?
Oh, you
So,
crit again?
50.
Yeah.
With the offhand again.
Is that 50? Is my maths worked out right there?
24, 34, 40, 46, and a 4, yeah. 50.
Amazing.
Human.
Just die.
I shall enslave you and all of your party.
Not before I cut off your neck.
Anything else?
Nope. I'm gonna keep my reaction this time.
Great.
Okay, so given that Broderson has just put in a really big strike on, is it this one, Odaf, right?
Sodaf, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to sort of seize the opportunity to kind of follow up on what he's done, and I am going to, as always, look to strike with Boar's Light, so I get advantage, right? Oh, I tell you what, the dice tonight have been. Oh, look at that!
War is
yeah,
definitely on your side.
that hits, right? Yeah, absolutely.
That does hit.
Look at this! I've done that twice now.
Amazing.
I mean, that's not the damage.
That's not the damage, is it?
Yeah, I get so excited by these dice rolls. That's 10 points of damage.
So you swipe down at his back as you catch him from behind, and
Yeah.
Boar's Light just sears into his back.
Yeah, so I'm gonna capitalize. I'm gonna capitalize on that and go in for another strike with Boar's Light. Okay, so I get another go with that. 18.
Just hits.
Just hits, fantastic. Okay, so Boar's
Oh,
Light
no,
damage again.
We'll play Broderson's rules. Doesn't hit.
Oh no, let's not play Broderson's rules. Let's never play Broderson's rules, no matter what happens, right? Gab's rules occasionally, but Broderson's rules never.
So another 14 points.
14 points of damage, yeah, and I realise that I've got Odaf on one side, Jarisi on the other side. Guess what I'm going to use my bonus action for? I'm going to spend a key point to give myself dodge on the bonus action.
Okay. Brings us on to Cathosaurus Rex.
Cathosaurus is going to run straight at Jarisi and just try and pounce on Jarisi, which is if I can hit, is a bonus move that the Allosaurus has. So I'm going to attack with my claw. Please hit. Is it rolling? Oh.
He's prone, so you should have advantage.
That's helpful because I don't think that was a great roll. Right, one more, sorry. Oh, this thing. No, it's not a shocker.
Unfortunately, both of those misses. Cathosaurus snaps in.
Straight in. I don't have a second attack, unfortunately, so that is going to be end of turn there. That's a shame.
Okay. So now, Jarisi is up. He looks at Odaf, and the rumbling and the sort of outside that they've that it rolled 20. So the sort of hearing and seeing out of the window where it's just happened towards the southwestern crystal. They look at each other, and Jarisi starts to cast a swirling storm between him and Odaf. And as you sort of peer towards it, it seems to be a portal that's being created as Jarisi and Odaf both vanish, but a portal remains swirling in its spot as they both disappear.
Cowards.
I'll see them then.
Do we know what the spell is?
Sounds like an arcane check to me.
There's no real magic users up there except for Cathosaurus.
I can do
So
that.
I'll allow you to do an arcane check. Well, you can all do it, but I mean, whether or not...
My other question would be as well, Mike, is did they walk into the portal?
Is the portal still visible? Could we jump into it?
They reached out as, almost like hand in hand, as this portal appeared in the center of them.
But they didn't walk into it, then did they? So what I'm angling for is, do they all get an attack of opportunity? But probably not.
No, they didn't. They didn't purposefully. It's like a misty step. They didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up the stairs. Where'd they go?
So, as you arrive at the top of the stairs, you see this swirling portal. Just sort of like. And as you peer into it, going on your base perception checks here, you can sort of see another place beyond the portal. It's almost like visible.
Jump through that. Run, jump through.
So you run and jump
Go
through.
Yeah.
So Lovac disappears in front of you all, and that brings us to the top of the turn order, and we'll take a break. So,
Cool.
we'll take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll reconvene at the top of the turn order.
Cool.
Okay, good.
Right.
Yeah.
See you all shortly.
Awesome. Cheers.
Cheers.
So welcome back, everyone, and we've just taken our mid-game break and left just as the adventuring group seemed to be making some good progress against Jarisi and Odaf, but in the midst of other things going on elsewhere, they've suddenly disappeared, and now we find a swirling portal where they once were atop this balcony, with Lovac having just finished his turn and jumped into the remaining swirling portal that is still swirling. So we will come to the top of the turn order and rejoin Hardcore, who holds its action as it waits to see what everybody else does. So we will come to Olga.
Olga's not going to be much of a clue here. So she just is going to dash towards the group. I just need to count this out. So 5, 15, 30 is there, and then...
She got 35, didn't you
Oh
say?
yeah, sorry, 35, yep, and then another 35, she can get to the bottom of the stairs, basically. With a dash. So she's just going to run to here to sort of see what's going on. Where's Slovak? What happened? Down the plug-o.
That's the end of Olga's turn. So Trent.
Where is the portal, please, Mike? I want to see how much movement I have and whether I have to take the dash action. Is it where Lovak is? His icon is?
No, it's the square in front of Cathosaurus. Oh yeah, so it's between Cathosaurus and Lovak.
Okay, so I will have to use the dash action
it's
as
bigger.
well then.
But it is bigger than that, so I'd say it's consuming the 9 squares. So let me just put a square or a circle, because really it's a circle.
Yeah. So if you touch it, do you go through, or do you need to walk into those 9 squares?
Yeah,
It's
you
only
almost have to actively...
Walk into it.
Well, not so much walk into it, but yeah, want to travel into it. So like
Yeah.
touching it. You don't necessarily have to walk into it.
So on my movement, just my base movement, I can get to there. So would you say I have to go use my dash action then just to get into the circle?
Yes.
Yep, okay, so I will dash then and step through. And I will look to hardcore, and I will say let's go, because I don't realize that he doesn't understand me.
Okay.
Oh, so when I go in then, I have 25 more feet of movement.
You think?
I think, yeah. Unless I land on top of Lovak, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
That ends my turn. Well, assuming that I can't move the other side.
I'm not going to do anything yet on the other side,
Yeah.
just to see what everybody else is doing, because this is optional.
Yep. Thank you.
Brodison.
Ah, man. I'll jump in. Is that my whole... Sorry, you might have just explained this, Trent. Is that my whole movement action for the turn? So I've moved 5 feet. Am I going to be able to move 25 feet on the other side?
Potentially.
Because maybe I want to dash, you know.
Well, we'll find out.
Okay.
Maybe I'll leave that as an open presentation.
Just putting that out there, I've only moved 5 feet.
I'll remember that. I'll come back to the top of the turn order and go through everyone. Because they will have had the same benefit, just FYI. So, Chris.
So does that mean I can do it without using any movement?
Lean forwards.
Okay, and I just lean forward and go, come on then, portal. Let's see what happens.
As you disappear into this portal.
I go, wee! As I go through.
Okay. Cathosaurus.
Well, I mean, I can hardly just stay here as a dinosaur now, can I?
Yeah.
I'll just move in 5 feet. Did you say we can see a little bit of what's on the other side? Can I have a little look in before I step forwards? What does it look like?
Yeah, you can give me a perception check. I mean,
Okay.
I was going
See
off
the
your
rest
base.
of the party dead.
I was going off your base perception, so you could kind of see what was. It looks like a dark area. There's some slight hue of colours come in, but you can't quite make out because the portal is swirling a little bit.
Okay.
So it's not a complete visual of what you would see. It's a bit of a blur in places.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just step in. Still
It
in
seems
dinosaur
dark
form.
and maybe not a nice place.
Okay.
So yeah, Cathosaurus disappears too. Go back.
What can I do?
Yeah, you went
Oh, yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
on your last
Top-
one, yeah.
So it's
Top of the
only
turn
Hardcore and Olga left.
So only Hardcore and Olga, and as this happens, Hardcore jumps through the portal as well, and he disappears. Or they disappear.
And Olga's just
So-
gonna sit on her seat and just put her feet up. No, Can I do a quick look out the window before I run into the portal? See if there's any sort of updates on that. On the.
Sure, if you want to
Sure.
end Olga's turn with a perception check, that's fine.
In fairness, it may not be. I'm on the metagame. I'll shut up.
Can she make it in there?
So, yeah, because where Olga is now, she's got more of a clearer view out the palace windows that are slightly
Yeah,
blown
that's what I
off
was-
from the explosion. And you see a different colour hue now coming from the southwestern side of the city. It's no longer emanating a bright, vibrant green, but rather seems almost like ransacked part of a village, and you just see flames and
Okay.
sort of fire.
Okay. I'm gonna run in. Might as well. Don't want to be left
And-
behind.
As you roll the 17, you also hear just general sounds and alarms now trickling across the city. But we're going to come back to the top of turn order, so Olga's going to miss a round
Yep.
because she wasn't able to make it. So
And Hardcore, mate.
Yeah,
Hard-
Hardcore's on top as well.
Hardcore
Or
held
did he
his
hold
action,
his action? Okay.
so he was waiting to see. So Hardcore has now followed you in as I bring you onto a new map. So I'm gonna bring you in one by one. So Lovac, as you swirl through this portal, you are ejected through, like, you're unfamiliar with portal travel, whatever this is, you're unfamiliar. But you come out and, yeah, you come flying through this portal and you find yourself just randomly seeing Jerisi and Odaf in this almost, I'd say, like almost like catacombs or something. You kind of get that vibe. It's not familiar to like a cave system you're that familiar with, but almost like something a little bit different, more like catacomby. But you see the crystals of jacinth veins just protruding through some of the walls. But as you look towards the center of the room, you do see a large skull shrine. Don't think you would know what it is, but I'll allow you to do a history check. But with a throne beneath it, and beyond that, you see just the colors of crystals, sort of shining down, almost like in a channeled way, creating a visible field or barrier around this statue.
Heck.
And as you're looking, I can't change it on you, unfortunately, but that green light flickers and dissipates as a sort of wave of color washes over this barrier around the statue, and that green hue no longer covers that statue. So it's only the three colors, the yellow, red, and green, now shining over that statue.
Okay. And I've got like full turn again, yeah.
So finish off your movement that you would have had left. Did you have any?
No.
Okay. So
But
before...
I can bonus action dash.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to do that now you're here?
Sorry, hold on.
Why is it two
So I've
down?
moved, so therefore I can't use steady aim because I've moved, right? So that's a kind of rule of steady aim. I can only use it if I stay still.
So if you have no movement.
Okay, so in that case, I will.
I'm gonna have to add you all to
Oh,
the team
shit.
order as well.
I'll dash to the blue guy. I'm 10-foot range, remember, so there's 5 between us. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just take a stab with the Shadow Steel short sword.
Hits.
I don't get a sneak attack. So it's just a 12, please.
Oof. 12 points of damage. You shan't free your gods. As, yeah. He does seem a little bit broken.
Oh, good.
As you do that, you see. I also realize I need to drop. 1 sec. So next coming through the portal was Drent. So Drent, you sort of appear randomly having been flung through this portal.
Okay. What do I notice the 4 gem nodes, one of which now is out?
So you notice everything I described, yeah, as you sort of gather your senses briefly.
Yeah, I see the pedestal thing, I see the light on it. You mentioned to Lovac that there's like a barrier around it protecting it. Is that still there because the green light went out?
Yeah.
Okay. And at a quick glance, it looks like Jarisi and Odaf are at the bottom of the stairs trying to stop us going past. Is that easy enough to assume?
Within 6 seconds of trying to get your senses, yes.
What? Yeah? Okay. So I've got 25 feet remaining of movement. So, so that would be the there. Okay. I'll let you decide if you think I would have the wits about me to do it. I think there was somewhere there. So what I would like to do would be to use my bonus action to Misty Step up onto the top of here. But if you think that's me cheesing the game mechanic more than anything else, then I'm okay to just stand there.
Only from the perspective of, do you have to see the point?
Probably yes, but I could do it on the top of whatever that is.
So yeah, that is like a couple of feet high. It's like a balcony type thing, but it's like solid brick.
Okay, would I be able to Misty Step onto the top of that?
Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to just get onto the top of it. I might make you roll a dexterity saving throw to see if you stay on.
Okay. And that is the scope of what I would be able to do within the 6 seconds of teleporting in and out. Do you agree, or?
Well, you had your full movement, so...
Yeah, okay. 15?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean-
so I'm going to precariously place myself on top of you then. So, from Dred's perspective, he is literally thinking, okay, they are stopping us from doing this. There must be something up there, that could help with us or the resistance. But obviously, I missed the green light going out, so I'm not sure what it is. And that will end my turn.
Yeah, you just don't see a light.
Yeah, coming from the green one.
Okay, so next that came through would have been Brodesson. Which you just suddenly appear randomly.
Going to turn around and look. Olaf.
Odaf.
Olaf.
Oh, I like the Christmas theme though, mate. Good. We'll go with Olaf.
So I'm gonna look Olaf in the eye.
And say, do you want to build the snowman?
Still have your head, my friend. Let's see if we can do something about that. And charge in and attack him with the boning knife. See if we can get a crit off with that.
It's a hit though.
Be with advantage
Is it?
because it
It's
is
not within 5 feet. Lovak's 10 feet away.
Oh,
Is it within 5 feet or is it within attacking range?
it's within 5 feet.
Okay.
But didn't the last turn, didn't we play it that I had to be within 5 feet rather than an enemy, one of his
No,
enemies?
because you had hardcore within 5 feet.
Okay. So I'll still get to. Does it hit?
Yeah, hit. Yeah.
So I'll still get.
You're fishing for the crit. Come on.
Yeah.
Already said you hit, man.
my score. So I'll still get a sneak attack because he hasn't taken the turn this round.
I've never
I
had that
love
one
you
before.
chancing your rules today. I really like you chancing it, but unfortunately not. It's only if you have advantage, right?
There's an assassin feature where if they haven't taken a go in the entire battle, then he gets.
It's the first round of combat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a new map, right? So,
Yeah.
You could say there was a first round of combat.
It's
if you
almost
wanted
been
to.
like a chase going on here, so it's still the same round of combat.
Okay.
If it's the same round of combat, where is everybody else then?
He was taking the turn.
Still coming through. In your 6 seconds that you had.
It's taking a turn in combat, so wouldn't that be every round of combat?
Do you want to post the text?
I like
think
how
you're chancing
Gas
yourself
actually-
here.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think is wrong.
Hasn't taken a turn in the combat. Yeah, I would read that as that's only the first, like.
Yeah.
That's like ambushing, like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Hey.
18.
I'd be semi-swayed if other people were on your side, but you're on your own. Okay, so takes 5 points of damage.
Yes.
Maybe I'll have your head next. Or before you. Brings us on.
And then the offhand as well.
Oh, slice in then.
13.
Misses, I'm afraid. At this point, Grizz comes hurtling in.
Whee! Okay, I'm gonna take a really quick look around the room, and I am going to see if I can move towards. I'm gonna go over to Jerisi, and go and attack Jerisi. So Boar's Light swings up in the air, and I'll see if I can hit with Boar's Light.
And as you swing in with Boar's Light, you activate a slight resonance echoes around the room.
In that case, the fact that I've probably just missed is going to be slightly disappointing, right? I've got Bardic Inspiration. I have Bardic Inspiration. Yeah, I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration.
It's a D8.
I think I've typed that in.
Start to flicker a little bit.
Hang on, have I typed
that? The climax of that incorrect formula.
Yeah, well, hang on. How does it work? Somebody can just tell me. Is it?
It's just R.
Yeah.
And then /R, then space 1d8.
/R, then 1d8.
Believe
That's what I got wrong.
Oh, yeah.
7. So that is 21.
Hits.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for the Bardic Inspiration. And that's 15 points of damage.
As Boar's Light strikes in, the lights just then just like really start to flicker as you cut in with Boar's Light and strike Jerisi.
Fantastic. So I'm going to go for another attempt with Boar's Light, try and strike back in the opposite direction. 12. And this time I don't have Bardic Inspiration. But I'm going to use another key point bonus action dodge.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Cathbad comes flying in. Or Cathosaurus, rather, comes flying in.
Alright. I'm going to just charge straight at the first enemy I see, which, just from the way you've put me down, looks like it's going to be Jerisi. Let me just adjust that slightly. There we go. And then I'm going to try and do the claw attack. I'm going to use I've got an inspiration point, so if I miss this time, I'm going to use that one as well. So, should I just roll 2?
Yeah, I was going to say to you earlier, actually, I noticed you had an inspiration point on your character sheet.
Let's see what happens anyway. Yep, I'm going to roll another one on that. So I'll use my inspiration point to have a say. Oh, does 14 hit?
Fortunately, it doesn't.
No, that's fine. I'll use my inspiration point to have another crack of the whip. Come on, Allosaurus.
You got a +6. It's not like the worst.
Nah, here we go. That should hit when it comes
Yeah, hits.
Okay, right, let me get this right. So, okay, so I'm going to roll the damage from that one. And then I've got a pounce special ability as well. Oh, honestly, sorry, everything is being so slow. I might just roll this. So, claw is 1d8 plus 4. So it does 7 damage. Oh, actually, how far did I move when I teleported in? Was I about there? There. I think I've come
I
30
think
feet anyway.
You were there.
Yeah, cool. So I've come in 30 feet. So he now has to take a strength saving throw, otherwise he's not prone. It's a DC 13.
Strength. On Jerisi. A 13.
Yeah.
You roll a 13.
Okay.
So
That's a shame if he passes then, because I could have had another bite attack on him. But that's all good. That's my turn.
okay, so it was 7 points on the claw, though, wasn't it?
7 points of melee damage, yeah. Or slashing damage, yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to Jerisi's turn, and he just backs up slightly, not going out of range. Just making it a bit clearer. And he swipes down at Grizz with his scimitar.
Remember, I got the dodge.
Which is disadvantage, right?
Disadvantage, yeah.
So I rolled 2, he rolled a 23 and a 25, so it hits.
Okay, that hits, yeah, absolutely.
And
What's
as
the
the
damage?
scimitar slices in, you take 9 points of damage, but then you feel a searing heat come through you as you take an additional 7 points of fire damage. So you take 16 points of damage total.
Okay,
And
thank you.
he quickly slices at you again. Still at disadvantage?
Still a disadvantage, yeah, any attacks until my next turn.
24 and 18.
Oh, that hits. Just about.
And you take 11 point from the cut, as again he just slices in the other direction, and again the searing heat just burns through your armor as you take an additional 5 points, so it's 16 points of damage.
Ow.
And this leads us on to Olaf, who is breathing quite heavily for Broderson and Lovac in front. As I will cut your head before I die. As he strikes down at Broderson
Reaction?
with his maul.
Reaction?
What reaction would you like to take?
I would like to take the uncanny dodge action. Reaction.
To remind me?
So when an attacker that I can see hits me with an attack, I can use my reaction to halve the attack's damage against me.
You're allowed
Okay,
to
so I
see
need
how
to-
much damage is first. Well,
I have to roll to hit first anyway, so a 20.
Hits.
So as the maul strikes in, you're gonna need it. 25 points of damage.
I'm done.
Oh, no way.
And
But what,
Oh,
half?
was
even halved.
Even
Oh.
half, yeah. Because it's rounded up. So it'd be
I thought it was rounded down, isn't
no,
it?
it's rounded down. It's 12.
I'm still
Yeah,
down.
it's rounded.
Still down.
Okay. Why did you bring that up then? Oh, it's a rounding error. Oh, no, it isn't. Yeah.
And he says, "I'm having your head," as he swipes in a second maul attack on your body on the floor at your head.
Oh, no.
That's rude.
Oh, it's crit.
Is it instant crit? Is it?
Yeah, so he loses 2 death saves.
Ooh.
Well, it doesn't even need to roll to hit.
I
No.
I need to roll the damage, right, though? Because if the
Right,
damage is more than his hit
Ryan, you're
point
on mute.
maximum, it's an instant death. Right, you're on mute.
Never mind.
Still have to roll
It's-
damage,
it-
though, yeah?
Only if you think you're gonna do his 100% of his health in one swing. If not, it'll be two death saving throws failed, and you'd have advantage on the attack because obviously he's prone on the floor or incapacitated, whatever it is.
Ooh. What was your hit points, Gav?
12.
So it took you to 0.
It goes off your max.
Yeah. So it'd have to be like, I'm assuming he's got like 60 or 70.
I'm working it out now because it's a crit, right? So it's max dice roll as well on top.
No, I don't think it works like that.
No?
No, I don't think it does. I'll try and
Okay.
Google it now, a bit quick if you want.
So 2 failed death saves though then.
Yeah.
Okay. As Odaf's hammer comes striking on your skull. Told you I'd kill you, little pathetic humans. And he backs up the stairs. Does take an opportunity attack. I forgot you were within 10 feet.
Oh, awesome.
He got excited that he took Broderson down and forgot you were in swiping range. With your super gangly long arms.
Ah,
Unfortunately misses though as he almost elevates up the stairs as his swirling body just glides.
isn't it my turn? I've got.
Lovak is your...
Isn't it hardcore?
So this was their turns.
Yeah.
No.
So it's back to the top.
No.
Wouldn't they
Oh
have
no,
missed
it would be
the-
Lovac. Yeah, it'd be Lovac
Yeah.
then the top.
Yeah, it's Lovak.
That was 7.
Okay. This one. Let's see if I got it.
This whole scenario is really confusing because there's people who are still not on the map, right? It's like,
We're still missing Olga, yeah.
yeah.
Olga comes in on the next round of combat.
Yeah.
Cool. So 10 feet away from him. I should have done that. But whatever. It's done now. Finally hits.
Oof. It hits.
Don't get a sneak attack, but just 9 damage.
Takes 9 points of damage.
And if he's still alive, again with a compassion in your hand. 19 to hit.
Oh shit! As
Oh,
the Kopesh strikes.
Hang on. Hang on, how does that work? Because it's come up with 26, but you don't get sneak, do you? So,
I don't get a sneak.
is
Uh,
it
just the
9?
nine
Because it says
itself, yeah.
sneak attack 17, so is it just 9?
I think it's -3, so 6. So I don't get my offhand efficiencies.
You get thunder damage on top of that, though.
lightning damage.
Lightning, yeah.
Yeah, I will do 1 on that.
Oh, so what was the damage?
6.
6. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm fighting it. So as it strikes in, tell me how your blade lands.
Nice. Haven't seen what I just did to Broderson. I was trying to do exactly the same thing. Did you see cracked him in the skull when he's on the ground? So I was just trying to pound his skull. And hopefully it cracked him.
As you strike in, almost in a moment, the head does seem to sever, but you just hear this sound of as the body disintegrates into dust before you.
Oh.
Somebody get a vacuum cleaner.
That's the secret all along. Yeah. Awesome.
And Odaf is gone. And anything else?
No, I can't do it.
Cool. That brings us back to the top of the turn order. Bear in mind, Hardcore does have a move. So I'm going to take Hardcore's move, who's just going to follow 5, 10 feet. Yeah, he can make that. So he's going to come crashing over. He's only got to take a step up there behind Jerisi, and he smashes with advantage twice at Jerisi's back. 26 and a 22 both hit on the advantage rolls. He fucking rolled an 8 and a 7 and an 8 and an 8 on the damage off a d8, 2 d8s. So 20 and 21 points of damage. So he smashes Jerisi in the back for 41 points of damage.
That's one hardcore.
As like crashing blows come into the back of his neck and skull. It takes a lot of damage, which
It's a good thing.
brings. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say it's a good thing we made friends with Hardcore and didn't start fighting him. It's pretty lethal.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. So he, we start at the top of the turn order again because that was his action from coming through. And as this is happening, you see lights start to flicker as the blue crystal dissipates, and a dimness happens on the yellow crystal, but the yellow crystal and red crystal are both still active.
Resistance boys are going for it then.
I think the blue crystal is Odaf, right?
Well,
And the red
think,
crystal.
have a think about it.
Okay.
So if you remember the city, it had 3 crystals, right? And then the palace.
And then the other one was inside us all along.
So Hardcore comes in top of the turn order and just continues to smash, and he has advantage. 25 and an 18 both hit. As he slams in for 14 and 13 points of damage. So hits for another 27 points of damage. As Olga appears. And it's Olga's turn.
Oh, right, cool.
Although, how far was Olga from the portal?
Yeah, Olga was about 30 feet away, so she can't really move.
So
35 feet.
She's spellcaster, right? So I'm assuming she can get something from you.
Can I see Jerisi above Grizz?
Yeah.
Cool. Let me just check my range.
He's a couple of
30
feet up the steps, so you've got quite easy body shot.
I'm gonna try and cast Firebolt at Jerisi, just sort of as a reflex reaction. 19?
Hits.
14 damage.
Wow.
Oh, bugger! It's fire damage though. I forgot about that.
I had to stop myself from saying it that time. I was
You know
just
what? I
like,
was going to use acid splash, and I was like, oh no, the damage is way weaker on that one.
So
Let's
as
screw it.
the
I've done it
damage
twice
comes,
now. I deserve what I get.
As damage comes, as the fireball comes crashing in, it just seems to disseminate off Jarisi's body and takes 0 points of damage.
And Olga
Seems
just
to
sort
unfazed.
of looks at the steam coming off of her fingers and is like, what? Oh, okay.
Anything
Sorry,
else?
guys. No, that's it.
Brings us
Thanks.
on to Trent.
So I have looked into it a little bit, and you do need to roll for critical damage to see if you one-shot.
I worked it out anyway before you did it,
Okay.
and your hit point maximum is 59, right?
Yep.
It was about 48 points of damage on top, so you still got 11 points of damage.
That's close though.
Yeah.
It's cutting it a bit fine. Something like that.
From my vantage point, because obviously it's hard to understand with the big skull thing, if it blocks my view, can I see Broderson?
From there, I'd say yeah, you can, because
Yeah.
you can see over the balcony, and the skull
Yeah.
swoops down. The
And I'm
horn
on top
swoops
of
down.
the thing, and I still.
Mhm.
So I am going to bonus action healing word him, and heal him for. Wait! Oh fuck! They shot second level. That's annoying. I didn't want to do that. Oh well. So I heal him for 9 hit points, which brings him back to consciousness.
Wouldn't
That is
that
not
just,
what I wanted to do.
so if there was a minus 48,
No, it doesn't work like that.
it doesn't stop.
No.
No.
And then
That's
it
only to
resets.
insta-kill you. Yeah.
Yeah, it resets your death saving throws as well. And you do
Okay.
hear me shout, "Come on, Broderson, can't have you die yet." And then I'm going to turn around, looking at those 2 crystals and the thing surrounding the statue obelisky thing. Is there some sort of check I can make to see if I could do anything to damage the crystals in any way, or to put them out to stop the light on it, or doesn't it seem like it's anything I
Do you want to
could
give me an Arcana check?
Yeah, because I'm so good at those.
I really wish I made him roll a perception check now, Rosen.
To see if I could see him. 18? I'll take
The
that.
drama of that final roll would have been epic.
Hey, it was either that or I was going to shoot him, so.
18. So you can see that one of the two of the crystals are obviously gone out now. So it's the 2 inner crystals that remain. Is that what I said? The 2 inner crystals?
It was yellow and red are still active.
Yeah, yellow and red. So green and blue have disappeared, but the crystals fine intact. You can see a flickering from the orange one, which seems to be getting dimmer. You can sense there's a magical aura about it all, and you can see clearly that those beams are providing some sort of barrier.
But no way that I could actually see that I could like put them out or damage them or anything like in that manner, really.
I mean, the crystals, you're
Yeah.
more than welcome to try.
Okay, do I? I've already cast a spell, so I can't do any more. So I'm just gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to you, I think it is, yeah. And I'm going to load up an arrow and attempt to shoot one of them. Action, that one bounce off and hit me in the head now, I hope. 19 to hit Crystal,
Hits.
or 7 piercing damage.
So yeah, as your arrow strikes into, are you aiming at the yellow one or the red one?
Yeah, the yellow one. The one closest.
The yellow one. So yeah, as you aim in, yeah, your arrow makes contact with one of the crystals, but just goes and just pings off.
Okay, yeah, and it's my turn. And as you hear me shout the word "fuck,"
Chris?
Okay, so I take a second to compose myself because I did take a little bit of a knock during the last round, but I see that the other Guardian has been taken down, so I'm going to swing in on Jerisi with Boar's Light, 22 to hit, and 19 points of damage.
And as Boar's Light strikes in, you feel the radiance seem to grow stronger and stronger from Boar's Light as it strikes in and makes some clear 19-point cut of damage to him, as the yellow light just starts to almost disappear as Jerisi visibly looked weak.
Okay, so want to try and quickly capitalize on that, going for another strike with Boar's Light, 23.
And you actually feel the resonance and energy almost going into your sword. I'm going to give you advantage. And also, you have advantage anyway.
Okay.
Just realised.
Oh, wow.
Roll another one just in case you do get it correct. For the first roll.
Yeah, I have. Oh, for the first roll as well. Okay, cool.
Just in case.
Yeah, cool. No worries.
Okay. So it hits.
Okay, so yeah, that's a 13 points of damage on the second one.
Hits. And as it strikes in, the blade almost glows brighter than you've ever seen it, as almost brightens up the entire room that you're in as it strikes in. And tell me how he dies.
Okay.
So it kind of strikes through his center mass, and he's pushed back by the force of it up the stairs, and then clunks down onto the staircase. And as he falls down, I look up and say, "Boar, we're coming for you."
Recording in progress. Recording stopped.
And
What did you do, right?
I was having a moment then.
Anyway, we'll ignore that.
Yeah.
So as that happens, that radiance just seems to flash the entire room, and in an instant the yellow light
I did it. I put it out with an arrow.
Well done, Trent. We couldn't do it without you being all that way over there while we're facing these foes.
And with that, you're out of combat.
I transform back to Cathbad, please.
Give me a person. Let's give you a hand up.
I'm visibly shaken as I walk over to see how Brodeson's doing. That was quite something, right?
We did it.
Feisty characters.
How many lights are left? Is it one light left now, or?
Just the one. I'm trying to get it out now. Tell Broderson to grow up. Man up, even.
As Chris and Trent have this conversation, the light from the remaining one dissipates.
Don't forget to loot their bodies, Grizz. They might have something cool. As I'm viewing the obelisk thingy.
And as that final light dissipates, in a moment in which you all experience together, a small tremble flows through the ground ahead of you and out beyond the chamber behind. As it washes over you, strange energy trickles through your bodies, and you feel a strange resonance around your chests. As you look down to the source of this resonance, you see your guild pendants vibrating softly upon your chests. After a brief moment, the resonance stops. As you notice one of the 4 dull gemstones that sit in the pendant's northern quarter start to glow a bright red. And with it, a comforting but unusual warmth washes over you. It's a nice feeling.
Is anybody thinking what I'm thinking right now? Like we're a quarter way through our journey that we started a long time ago.
This does feel like a big accomplishment. Can I be Cathbad again, please, mate? I feel weird being a dinosaur at this time. Thanks.
So, if you recall, and I think it is still in the handouts, your pendant.
Let's have a look.
Brodison, I'm really glad you didn't die because this feels like a big moment.
Brodison nods.
Actually, don't remember this.
So your pendant on the northern quarter now, the gemstone that radiates like a sun, is glowing red.
Nice.
I have got an image where it is glowing red, by the way, so sorry it's not for this image, but...
Right, so I know Drent said about looting the bodies, but it doesn't really feel like the moment to me to be doing that. So I don't know. I feel like we might have freed Boar.
Should we go and have a look at the statue?
Do you say that out loud, Grizz, that maybe you think we freed Board?
Yeah.
I'd like to shout back down and say, well, you better come and say thank you then. We're not doing this for nothing.
As that tremble comes back in, thank you, Trent. Thanks to all of you. As Drent is just caught completely off guard as the statue in front of him raises from the floor.
Ooh.
And as you look at him, Drent, you notice in every depiction you've seen to this point, this is the image of Bull.
Grace, I think you better come up here. And I just gormlessly stare at him.
Yeah, I run up to him. It's okay, Drent. This is what we've been working to do, right? I just want to have a rest after all this is done, but this is the biggest thing we've done so far as a group together.
I'm gonna come up and join you all.
And as you all start to come up and he starts to thank you, each and every one of you. Grizz, Lovak, Cathbad, Brodison, Olga, Andrent, you have freed me from my shackles. I am forever in your debt. As he bows before you.
I'm a little bit overwhelmed right now. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to respond.
No words be spoken. I understand the lengths you have come to free me from these shackles. And I am grateful. I wish I could say this journey for you was at its end. You have come this far. But if you wish to save Creydor, the journey must continue.
We need to get back there.
Yeah.
This I can help. My powers, while strong in this place, are limited right now. You understand the journey you have taken to come here.
Yeah.
I cannot support you in the way that I wish that I could, for fear of Amon realizing I have been released from my shackles. Now it is upon you to release my brothers and sisters just as you have done me. Only together can our strength bring down our father and save Creydor. If I use my powers here beyond its limited capacity, he will know. It saddens me deeply that I cannot do more for you. There are tokens I can provide, but the full strength of my power I cannot as a god.
So you owe us one.
Of course. And Lovak, the hardest battle is yet to come. But a warrior such as yourself, as a god, I am honored to stand by you.
Stand
And
up
he
to
bows to you.
Or I'd just like to add that I'm thankful that your magic spring water was able to cure us back at Earthfield. I haven't forgotten how it stopped me succumbing to the plague. And I'm very thankful that your powers were with us that day.
While shackled, I remember my tears weeping for you in that very moment. I'm glad it provided some comfort in a moment of need. So, I'm sure you have many more questions. I am happy to answer anything that you have right now, but our time is limited. Let me bestow upon you some gifts. And in this moment he so again shakes himself off as he looks to Drent first off. Drent, for you, I give you my horn. May my power flow. Don't laugh. May my power flow from your lips. As he hands you a curled horn made of each of the 4 rare gemstones found in the City of Fortunes. As though stained glass, the gemstones have been fashioned together into merging but beautifully detailed layers, housed by 3 golden rings at the top, the center, and the bottom of the horn, encrusted with smaller of the rare gemstones. You may add Earthmaker Boar's mighty horn to your inventory list.
I take it, say thank you, and I give him a wink, and then I turn around and say, nothing's gonna stop me now, guys. And sorry, Mike, what was it called again, mate?
Earthmaker Boar's mighty horn.
Oh, baby.
For you, Lovac. Forged from the light of the skies above. Sun Fury, radiance of the stars. And you're presented with a short sword made of what looks to be like a gold and jacinth alloy, so it's got sparkling glitter like going through this golden sword. Is literally from hilt to top made of just one pure gold mold / jacinth, and a glowing orb of pure bloodstone sits at its hilt, like a violent sun though. Waves of liquid jacinth swirl around the outer edge of this bloodstone, radiating outwards through the carved etchings, strike their way through the blade all the way to the sharpened tip.
Okay, wow. Check it out.
For you, Broderson, I gift you my bag of creation. Enjoy the bounty of my seed. May it help you in troublesome moments.
you're not helping yourself tonight, are you?
Or complement your cooking prowess. And he hands you Boar's bag of creation. It's Christmas, come on.
Yeah.
So you may add Boar's bag of creation, and for you it just seems like a bag. Grizz.
I was kind of thinking you were going to leave me to last, to be quite honest, Paul, since we had such a deep connection.
I know of your dramatic ways. I bring wisdom. I bring wisdom to your youth.
I like wisdom.
Wisdom from that which you already possess. As your sword from Dagalik's tomb begins to float from your belt and hover before you. Your strength and courage saved a great king from a curse cast long ago. I free him from the confines of his shackles to help mentor and guide you on your path to enlightenment. And as he says this, you see like what you now know as an Amaratha gemstone on the hilt of your sword begin to glow and pulse. And he says, "Be free, my friend. Upon restoration of the gods, your soul shall move from this place. But for now, young Grizz requires your wisdom and guidance." And you will notice I've updated your Sword of the Golden King in your inventory.
I can't believe that I just disconnected when you were doing the whole. I missed all of that.
It's a one-off. It's never happening again.
Yeah. I'll catch up with it on the video.
What was the last thing you heard?
So like the sword floating, and then after that it dropped.
Okay. So yeah, as it hovers before you, he said, "Your strength and courage saved a great king from a curse cast long ago. I free him from the confines of his shackles to help mentor and guide you on your path to enlightenment." And I said, as he said that, you see the hilt. You had like in a pommel a green gemstone, which you now know as an Amaratha gemstone from being here. And it begins to glow and pulse. And as that happens, he says, "Be free, my friend. Upon restoration of the gods, your soul shall move from this place. But for now, young Grizz requires your wisdom and guidance." And I said, I've updated your Sword of the Golden King in your inventory. So you will now see additional stats on your sword.
Amazing, thank you.
Well, that's it. I'm joking, Cathbad. I wouldn't leave you.
That loot.
And for you, Cathbad, my gloves. The gloves of the Earth Builder. As he hands them to you.
Thanks, Bo.
May they help guide and shape the protection of your group.
I found it.
Some of them I haven't completely sorted out yet, so I run out a little bit of time, but they'll be a little bit better next time you look it up.
Thanks, Bo.
He whispers to Olga and passes her something as well, but for the benefit of Olga not being here, I'm not going to say. So, before we depart, is there anything you wish to ask?
Where the other gods are held?
Much like myself, they have been confined within their own planes, Lovac. You will need to free them as you have freed me.
Very well. I look towards Grizz. Questions for you.
I don't want to ruin the moment, to be quite honest, Slovak. I have to say, after this, I have been on my best behavior recently. I don't know if you've noticed, but that's going to be, a little bit more flexible again now.
I suggest you leave my brother Deimos till the end.
Is he?
For it
Is
may
he a
take our
head?
combined strength as brothers and sisters to sway him against his father. Lovak, perhaps your kin will know of the location of the crystal that will guide you to the elemental plane of Earth. Air.
Be news to me.
Dread. Cathbad, I sense a deep connection to the Feywild within you. A portal does exist within the Forest of Rebirth. However, you might have another means to access the Feywild. To save my sister Flides. Whichever way you seek, whichever journey you take next, know that those two exist in those places. Can I be of any more service to you before I must stay here and gather my thoughts? Haven't really thought beyond this. Sat there sort of contemplating his freedom.
Will we meet again, Bo?
Of course, Grizz. You free my brothers and sisters. Together, we can take the fight to Amon, our father.
I've got nothing else to ask.
Could you bless this water? Or perhaps it'd be useful in the future. I hand my flask.
Alas, Lovak, I cannot risk using any more of my powers. For risk of Amon, as I've mentioned, uncovering my freedom. You will find perhaps there are things within my bag, board bag, that will help you. I can't help it. That will help you in your journey.
Very well.
And he takes one last bow. The portal in the city should be clear on your way now. Let that guide you back to Creydor.
Hope I'm back. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for everything, Bo.
Thank you. I am eternally grateful. And that's where we'll end tonight's session, I think. Sorry, we ran a little bit over there, but I think it was necessary to get the last bit sort of through the gate. How'd you feel?
That's amazing.
Hardcore didn't get a gift.
Got the gift of freedom.
Yeah, that's a
costume.
good gift.
for him and
Yeah.
his children, or for them and their children. So
Yeah,
So,
I'm feeling quite overcome right now.
Yeah, it feels like a big culmination of a lot of stuff we've been working towards.
indeed.
Thought you could have at least got us home though, right? Like, man, we gotta walk again.
well, he said the pathway to the eye is clear. So what more do you want? Lazy bastard.
There's still plenty of time to get conned by some dodgy shop assistants or have our loot stolen.
Well, I don't think you
Yeah.
have to fear using magic anymore. So
True.
Are you all impressed that I didn't ask him to sign my sword?
You know what? At one point, I honestly thought you was gonna say, "Hi, my name's Grizz. I'm a big deal."
That did occur to me at least twice in the conversation. I was going to say, can you confirm one thing? Am I actually a big deal? Yeah.
Also,
I mean, watch this back and read into what he said how you wish.
Okay. Okay, will do. I will ignore that. You know that.
I know you will. There's a reason why you have a new sword. Which I'm sure we'll uncover in a later session.
Absolutely.
But no,
Yeah.
thank you for that, everyone. I know it's been a little while coming to get to this point. I do feel like that is the end of like one of the first story arcs. So congratulations for making it with only one death to this point, and the one death that did get revived. So Ezra back in the Tomb of the Garlic. So yeah, we were a little bit lucky there, but yeah, Boar's magic healing water saved the day, as Lovac just referenced. But no, it was nice to get to the end of that, and right before Christmas, and you all had some nice gifts to go away and take home. So Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah.
From Boar. But no, thank you everybody for watching as well. To be honest, we haven't looked at the next time we'll be playing now. The next one is scheduled for the 3rd, but whether or not we will be playing on the 3rd of January, obviously we'll have a chat about that, but that is when the next one is scheduled. So just want to say again, thank you to everybody for watching us so far, and hope you've enjoyed the first chapter of our story arc that we've been streaming live. The crew have now saved Boar and released him from his prison in the elemental plane of Earth. So we'll rejoin our adventurers when they decide where they're going to go next. The Creydor is their oyster right now, so free to roam wherever they want to. So yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you all in the new year, and just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, nice festive holiday and break to everyone, and a Happy New Year when you get there. So that's it from us. We'll look forward to seeing you in the new year. So bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.